Okay, so here we are in Revit. We've opened up Revit with a new file and we chose architectural template and project, not project template, but based on an architectural template. And now we are trying to figure out to design our 1,000 square foot retail or housing space. We want to decide what should the dimensions be. So we've had a couple of good suggestions. 100 by 10 is really narrow. That really is a hallway. 40 by 25 could work. 50 by 20 could work. 33 by 33 could work. It also doesn't have to be a perfect rectangle. It could be L-shaped or it could have some other shape. But let's just start with 40 by 25. So remember that we're going to be using the architecture tab, the insert tab, and the view tab often. And remember, you want to make sure you have your properties open on the left, project browser also in the lower left. If you don't have both of those, they're hidden under user interface, not hidden, but you can check the boxes under user interface, which is in view, user interface, to find those browsers, because you definitely want both the properties and the project browser open at all times. Okay, so let's go to architecture, wall. Let's create our wall. Click once and start to move, and notice it's giving you the dimensions. And we'll zoom in. We're going to make this 25 by 40. So there's 25. And notice it's automatically encouraging me to go at a 90-degree angle. So I will follow that. I might have to zoom out to get to 50, or, oh, there it is. I don't have to zoom out at all. Click again and come back across, and it's going to tell me when I'm lined up perfectly. So I click one more time, come back down, click again. So there is my space, my walls. Now I can put in a front door. And I can always change these walls. I can make a curtain wall. I can make a glass wall, but we'll come back to that later. Let's, I'm going to put a door in this space. So again, under architecture, click door, and I'm going to put my door in here, but maybe I want to open it out. So now I have to press escape to stop being a door. And now I can click on that door and I can flip it so it opens the way I want it to. And maybe in this space, maybe I have windows on two walls. I can't have windows on all the walls. You have to assume that this is that there are other apartments or other retail spaces right next to it. So, but I'm going to say this is a retail space, and I'm going to take a little bit of liberty and say I'm on a corner. So I'm going to put windows on two sides, and I can change these later. I can change these at any time. I just want to get some windows in to get a sense of the space. And now I'm going to go click on view, and under 3D view, I'm going to create a new 3D view. Click default 3D view. And I always like to have it a more realistic view. So under project browser, as long as I'm clicked on this 3D view, I'm now editing the properties of this 3D view. So the graphic display and visibility graphics, these are the tools to edit how a view looks like. So under visibility graphics, under graphic display, visibility graphics would be like if I want to hide certain things or show certain things. Under graphic display, I'm gonna change it from hidden line to realistic, just to make it a little more of a, something, a little more of a solid view. So again, notice we ran into this last time, that these walls are too tall. So I'm gonna click this wall, and I'm gonna change it. It's not really clicking. So I'm going to go to, I always like to, and I work in a level 1 floor plan. And again, if you want to be able to see both at the same time, under view, you can click tile views, and you will be able to see both of your views that you're working with. And I can, since I get my zoom controls out of the way. I can zoom in on this. So I can see my 3D view here. And I can also zoom in here. Notice I'm holding the cursor at the very top because I want to move away from the top. I want to zoom in to center it better. There it is. Now I'm going to click on this wall, and I'm going to hold down Control to click all 4 of these walls. And I'm going to change the top constraint from unconnected. I'm going to change that to up to level 2 to make it just a 1-story apartment or 1-story retail space, whichever you're choosing to work on. Okay, and now you can continue to create interior walls back on architecture. If I want to make like a bathroom in the back right corner of this space, I can just draw a couple walls. Notice that they keep making these walls they keep making these walls too tall. So I just have to go and change this each time. I'll have to look into how do we change that default. And I'll put a door into the bathroom. Maybe that door will open in. And if I want to put a sink and a toilet in there, I can click Insert, Load Family. And now for these features, sinks, toilets, those kinds of things, they're hidden under plumbing. So I have to go to plumbing. And again, if you don't have these families, I'm going to put them on the Google Drive for you to download. But under plumbing, architectural, equipment, fixtures, here's where you have sinks. They're calling toilets water closets. Anyone know why toilets are sometimes called water closets?
Water stored in them?
Yeah, there is, or because it's like a closet that has a basin with water. This was actually this is from a French term. The French actually, that was a British and a French term. The French actually sometimes call toilets WCs for water closet. It's a European thing. Anyways, underwater closet is where you'll find a toilet. So if you want a commercial 3D wall toilet, you could put one in. Yes. Oh, it's because I'm putting a door. I have to stop being a door. Press escape out of it. It won't let you put a toilet in when you're as a door. So now I'm going to go to Insert, do that again, Load Family, toilet, commercial wall 3D. Now I go to Architecture, Component, place a component. Now I'm placing that toilet, and now I can put that toilet wherever I want it. I can put that toilet here, and I could also I can go back to Insert, Load Family, Insert, Load Family. I'm still in plumbing. I'm in water closets. Let me go up to architectural fixtures. I can do sinks. I could even put a urinal in there. I'm just going to do a single single round. Why is this? I don't know. Okay, I could do a single sink there, and I could go back to Insert, Load Family, and I can go back up to Fixtures, and I can, and in Fixtures I can put a urinal in there too if I want.
When you do Insert, Load Family, are you going to like Documents, Favorites, Desktop?
So Insert, at Architectural, at the very top of Revit, Architectural, Structure, Steel Systems, Insert is one of the menu headings.
Yes.
So I go to Insert, Load Family, and then I navigate to it using this file system. It should open up right here with either, it might open up under US Imperial, or it might open up under Revit 2020, in which case you choose libraries, US Imperial. US Imperial just means American feet and inches. So you could do it in metric if you wanted, but this is, the library is basically a file system with all of these components included within it. So then once you choose the item that you want, let's say I want, to put a, I don't know, lighting is something we'll do in just a minute. So I don't want to get to lighting just yet. Maybe casework. Maybe I want to put like a countertop or some cabinets. That's not hidden under casework. So I could choose to have like a long countertop, and I'm going to be able to place it wherever I want it to. But the way to place it is under architecture, component, and now I'm placing this countertop, and maybe this is going to be part of my checkout system. Maybe I want it to be facing the other way. So I placed it. Now I have to press escape, and now I can select it. And when you select it, now I'm on the modify tab, which is all the way on the right at the top. And now I can rotate it using this rotation tool, this arrow, circle with the arrow. And I can click. Notice it's automatically selecting it. It's like this rotation wand, this like stick that I'm gonna spin it around on. So I'm gonna click once and then go to 90 degrees. And I've got my countertop now facing this way. And I can create casework underneath it. I could do the countertop last. The order doesn't really matter in the design phase. It's more a question of what do I want and where do I want it and how do I want it arranged. And I can move this however I want. Okay. And of course, I forgot to save this. You always want to save and save often. So click File, Save, give it a name. You could save it in Documents or you could create a new folder. I like having folders, so I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call this Summer Design 21 June. I'm going to click in there and I'm going to call this 1,000 square foot retail 1. Okay. Now, once you get started and into this, also notice in the 3D view, it put this countertop on the floor. So I'll have to pick that up and put it on top of the cabinetry that I want there. And I could choose that separately. Let's insert. I go back to insert, load family. I'm still in countertops. Let's go back to casework. And if I choose base cabinets, I can choose base cabinets, double drawer. I don't want a vanity, but on the picture, you'll see on the picture some of how this works. You can also construct your own. This is actually not exactly what I want. So there are some components here. I'm just showing you that it's actually somewhat limited. And part of the reason why I'm showing you this is I want to invite you to do something totally different. So I'm going to stop doing this in Revit and I'm going to switch over to Chrome. And what I want you guys to do, I want everybody to open up your browser, Chrome, Firefox, whatever you use. I'm going to do a new share. If you haven't already, please do find the Google Doc for this design challenge on the Google Drive. I want to show you guys something called Revit City. So open a new tab and navigate to Revit City, revitcity.com. And I'll put this link in the chat. In the Zoom chat, if I can get it to go. Why is it taking so long? Just a little laggy. So Revit City is kind of like the 3D warehouse on, it's kind of like the 3D warehouse on SketchUp. except it's not actually embedded within the program. It's not even run by Autodesk. It's a separate thing. So you have to click join and sign up. And they ask a lot of information. Don't give them any information they're not requiring unless you really want to. Like, I don't think you need to give them your mailing address. You will need to give them an email address and your first name and all of that. And you will have to click I'm not a robot. And then they'll email you a login. And I think, let's see, do I remember my login? Oh, whoop, it's been a while. Let's see if I can remember this. Yeah, I forgot my password. All right, so once you get this, which one was it? Oh, I did join with my my personal email address. Let's try that again. And passwords are easy to forget. So yeah, so take a moment to join, to click, to sign up, and it'll email you a confirmation, and you'll have to click on it in your email before you're ready to roll. And it might go to your spam folder, so you need to look there as well if you don't get it right away.
I'm confused. I don't see where to sign in. Like, I only see the ads on the side.
At the very top, it should say join.
Okay.
And welcome, Madeline. Glad you made it.
Hello, sorry.
No worries. Glad everything's okay. I'm having everybody, we're using Revit today, and I'm having everybody sign up with a website called revitcity.com. Let me put it back in the chat for you. It's basically the equivalent of the 3D warehouse for, like the 3D warehouses for SketchUp. That's Revit City for Revit.
Okay.
And it's taking a long time, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to do something different back on Revit. I don't know why they're taking so long to email me my password, but it's going to be the same sort of thing where you're going to download items and then you're going to upload them into your model. So I want to show you guys floors and ceilings on Revit. So floors and ceilings, like everything else on Revit, it's recognizing them as actual components that are being added. It's not just squares and lines. let me, I'm actually gonna delete this countertop until I'm ready to put that back in. So to do a floor, you're gonna either draw it, it's gonna, when you click on architecture, architecture, and then floor, it's gonna open up this modify create floor boundary, your panel, and you're now in a mode, and this happens on SketchUp where I'm sorry, on Revit, where you get into a mode where it's not gonna let you do anything else until you either click this green check or this red X. Now, floors matter in Revit because you have to define a floor for every space that you want to have a different flooring material. So if I want to have tile in this bathroom, and then if I want to have like a carpeted area, and then if I want to have a hardwood area or a concrete area, I have to make each one of those a separate floor. So to do that, you can simply draw, you can simply click on the walls. I could just click on each one of these walls. Oh, really? I'm sorry. How about now? Can you see my Revit now? Great. Okay, so here we are. Let me X out of this just to show you guys again. Architecture, floor, and now you'll notice this green check and this red X. I have to click one to before it'll let me do anything else. So I could click on the 4 walls, and then boom, I've got one floor. But that's not going to let me do the different surfaces if I want. So instead, I'm going to do red X. I don't want that. Yes, I want to discard the floor. Instead, I'm going to do architecture, floor. And this time I'm going to do this dot to dot line, and I'm going to trace from here to here to here. And again, it's going to line me up with these pink boxes. And now I can create a green check, and I've made a floor just for the bathroom. And maybe I'm going to make this other area out here carpeted. So I'm going to go back to architecture, floor, and again, I'm going to choose this dot to dot, this drawing a line, and I'm going to be, again, from here out to here. I'm trying to stick to the middle of the walls. I guess I'm at the end there, but and now I'm going to click the green check, and it won't let me put in the floor if there is, it will let me do a gap. It will let me create a gap, but it won't let me put in a, it won't let me overlap. So that actually, I want to undo that. So I'm Control Zing to undo that. I'm going to do red X. Yes. Oh, no, I'm going to undo just to, if I can. Okay, so we're here, and I'm still drawing line to line. From here, I wanted to line up with this other one. So that's good. And I think we're good. Now I can do green check, and now I should be able to do my my next floor to line up with starting right here. It won't let me overlap, but it will let me, it won't let me overlap, but it will let me create, and that was, I'm going to Control Z that because that was horrible and unstraight. Let's try that again. Okay, so from here to there, and see if we can go straight across. Thank you. And back up. And click green check. And it won't let me because now I'm overlapping right here. So my floor actually did come out to the middle of the wall here. Floor, this is where floors got a little bit tricky. So I have to click this red X to stop that. So I made that floor come out to the middle and this floor only here. So let me see if I can I change that? Whoops. I can by clicking on this end, and I can move this dot, I can drag it down. It's like I said, I can zoom in to see it a little bit better to get this right in the middle there. And I can also drag this one down to line it up there. That did not line up well at all. Let's try that again. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to move it. I'm going to zoom in so I can move the whole wall straight if I can. There we go. Line it right up there. Click the green check. Zoom out. Zoom into center. See if it'll now let me. Architecture floor. And I'm going to do dot to dot and see if I can start right at that intersection. I don't really want a gap. See if I can go straight across. See if it'll let me now. It's still telling me I'm overlapping. Where is the overlap? Maybe I do have to have a little bit of a gap. Although it did let me. Oh, I see, because I already did have this in there. So that you can see in the 3D view, you can see where you have floors and where you don't. So I've got one more floor to go. Floor. And this will be to the front of the space. Green check. So now I've got floors that fill the space, and now each one of these can be a different material. So materials, if I click on the modify tab, the materials browser is this little soccer ball pointing to a cube. It's called paint, and it opens a material browser. And so I can choose materials under this browser. I can choose, let's say I want a ceramic or tile, ceramic tile for the floor here. Did that work? Let's see. I grab the cube. There, I've got this white ceramic tile floor there. There's not a lot of good choices here, but it does give you a start. I could choose there is carpet. Where is my carpet hidden under here? Oh, it's the first one. Carpet. I can choose this to be carpeted, and you'll see it show up in the 3D space there. I can choose the wood to be, and I can choose oak flooring. There is that wood. I could choose, maybe I want to have a concrete, lightweight, and there I've got this concrete floor. So you can choose the different floors for the different spaces. So that's floors. Now ceilings are a whole other thing. In some ways, ceilings are easier. They're a little bit less picky because I could do just one ceiling for the whole space. So if I click ceiling plans, notice you have to create a ceiling in a ceiling plan. So if I click on my ceiling plan, level 1 ceiling plan, it looks the same as the floor plan, except notice the furniture isn't there. So I'm going to click architecture, ceiling, and I'm just going to automatically put in ceilings for the space. Now notice in my 3D view, I'm now looking at the outside of the space. You can't see inside. I'm going to show you in a second how you get 3D views to view inside once you put a ceiling in. There's two options. One option is I could be in my 3D view and I can choose visibility graphics and I could uncheck ceilings to make ceilings invisible. Now ceilings are there, but they're not visible in this 3D view. Now another way to do that is in my level 1 floor plan, I'm going to create a camera view. So I'm going to go to view. under 3D view, click camera, and now it's as if you're standing in the space. I think I showed you guys this last week. I'm standing in the space, holding a camera. Maybe I'm gonna stand by the door, looking this direction. Boom. Now I have this view, and again, I can come up to graphic display, change it from hidden line to realistic, and it's gonna show you what this space looks like. Now it's kind of dark because I haven't put any lights in. It's kind of empty because I haven't put any furniture in. But this is what the space, this is what it looks like. And I can adjust this view any way I like. If I click on this, if I double click it, where are my handles? There they are. I can zoom in, I can change the view. I can zoom in, I can even pan, I can tilt with this cube here to pivot a little bit. So this is the view that I have. Now I can again go back to view and all the way on the right, tile views if I want to see my ceiling view, my floor plan view, and my level 1 and my interior 3D view, my camera view, and my exterior 3D view all at the same time. I can have these views all operating at the same time here. Okay, so to put those lights in, now we're going to go to this level 1 ceiling view, which is right over here. And I want to go to architecture. I'm sorry, insert, load family. And this time I'm going to navigate to, under the US Imperial Library, I'm going to go to lighting. Lighting is its own category. Architectural, internal, and there's a whole lot of different ceiling lights. Some of these down lights are different, like some of them are more under counter, like for under a cabinet. You can also do these artistic pendant lights, and there are lights you can download from the 3D, I'm sorry, from Revit City. But let's say I'm going to do these, let's see. So I'm going to do this pendant, this disc pendant light. So I'm just going to come in here and it's going to tell me where I'm putting it. So, you should start to see it if I put, where is my lighting? Oh, I'm sorry, architectural. I have to go back to architectural component. Now I'm putting in the lighting. And notice I can't put in lighting in a floor plan. I have to be in my ceiling plan view over here, which I have open on the lower right. But you'll see it appear as I put these lights in. You'll see them appear in all of the other views. So at least the camera view and the 3D view. So I can put in as many lights as I want. Oh, and you should pay much more. And I can move these too. I can click on the arrow and I can say, oh, that wasn't really good. This light doesn't line up with the other ones. So let me select the lighting. Can I select one of these lights? And can I move it? Move it to line up. Maybe if I zoom in a little bit, it'll let me line it up a little. It's very strange that it's not letting me. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we're lining up with the other one. Great. And here we can line it up a little more appropriately. So that's lighting, and lighting is going to be important when you create a rendered image. And to create a rendered image, I'm now jumping way ahead here, but back on view, there's this little teapot that says render in cloud. Now you have to be logged in to do this. So if you haven't already, up in the upper right, see where my name is? You're going to need to click that and log in. You need to be signed in to do this. And by the way, yes, save and save often. So if you click render in cloud, this is going to give you a rendered image of this 3D view or whatever view you want. It could be this 3D view, or it could be even the floor plan. But render in cloud, it's going to pop up this message. Click continue. Now, you're going to choose the option that doesn't take any credits because if I say 3D view, still image, standard quality, medium image size, it's not going to require any credits. Otherwise, you're going to run into a limit where you're going to run out and it's going to say, sorry, you have to pay us if you want to render more images. If you just leave all these settings, still, standard quality, medium image size, all of that, you can do as many as you want. You can click email me when complete, click render, and it's going to take a couple of minutes. But this is something that when I started teaching this only, what was it, 6-7 years ago, we had to do, there wasn't rendering in the cloud yet. We had to render using our computers, and rendering video, image rendering for some reason it's just so computationally intensive that literally it would take like 8 to 10 hours for a computer to render an image. So we'd start rendering at the end of the day, and you would leave the computer running overnight, and you'd have your rendered image in the morning. It was kind of crazy. Now you just click render in the cloud, and then next to this render in cloud teapot is this image for render gallery. And if I click on this, it's going to open up all the images that I've rendered. And this is going to go back to previous years. So there's a few others. I'm not sure if my new image will be there, but it opens a, I'm going to have to do a new share because, oh, I did the wrong one. I rendered the 3D image instead of the camera view. Let me do this again. Show you one more time. Click, you make sure you're signed in. Click the teapot for render in cloud. Click continue. And there's 2 teapots. Make sure you click the teapot. Make sure you click the teapot with the cloud on it, not this the other teapot. So we want to render in cloud, continue. And it's going to ask you to select the view. So I have to choose this other view, and I should have named it. I didn't call it anything, but I'm going to, I should have named it something. I'm going to just say this 3D view 1, which is that camera view right there, is called 3D view 1. So if I click render, now I can click on this render gallery here right next to it, and it's going to open up the website, the Autodesk website. You can also get to this by navigating through the Autodesk website. They make it really hard to find. It's super annoying. So it's actually easier to find it through Revit, through the render gallery feature on Revit itself. So let me do a new share. And here are my renderings. And these are some from last year. I'm just going to do a quick refresh. It's going to take a little while, but oh, here it is. Oh, one's in progress, one's completed. So it does take, even for their systems, takes a few minutes. But if I click view project, here's that image. And you notice now it looks like almost like a photo, right? It's a much higher quality image if you compare this versus this. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? This looks like an animation program that you're using versus this looks like a polished, high quality image. I mean, it still looks computer generated, but it's a much higher quality. So this is what you're going to be doing for your final products with this. All right, it's been a lot of me talking. I'm going to give you guys maybe about an hour to just work on your retail space or your apartment, your 1,000 square feet of whether you want to do retail or housing. And I'll just be checking in with you guys, and I'll have some music. Are any questions before I do anything else? Okay, is all of this clear with everybody? Can I see thumbs up from people? Can I see thumbs up from people? Is this all making sense? Is this good? Yeah? Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Kenji and Jaina and Madeline and Luke and Rashil. If you didn't already give me a thumbs up, please do. If you have any questions about this, any questions about this? And of course, like, yes, what I've designed here, hopefully what you guys are going to design is going to look a lot better than what I've designed. This is just me kind of giving you a crash course run through. You guys good to go with this? Can I just, what I'd like to do for the next hour is just have you guys working on your own. And I'll have some music playing and I'll take requests if you want it. Otherwise, I'll just be pulling people aside one at a time just to check in and see how you're doing with this. And then at the end, in about an hour, we'll, you know what, and take a break and take breaks, please. Take breaks, get up and stretch. In fact, I'm going to do that right now, and I'm going to suggest everybody do that right now because we've already been online for an hour and a half, which is a long time. So I'm going to say, take a break right now, take a 5-minute break, get a snack, use the bathroom, go look out a window, look at something far away, and we'll come back in 5 minutes. Okay?